Everyone, what is going on? Good evening. We're back again for another episode of the Otakus of South Florida. Your host, Silverback Senpai, as you already know, and the other gentleman, AJ and Waluigi. We're here tonight. We got a couple of topics, and first of all, I would also like to say that I apologize for not letting people know ahead of time about this event. Not this event, but of course this stream. And that's because most of my content is on my Samsung Galaxy S10, and I recently got an S22. So yeah, all my stuff is on my old phone, and I don't have it on my new phone, so I didn't get to do my postings and whatnot. But I'll handle that tonight, so that way that's taken care of, and of course I can let people know, hey, what we got going on and whatnot. But if anything, always expect every Wednesday around, I would say 8:45, 9, almost between that time, where we're gonna be doing an episode of this, since Otakus of South Florida is mostly weekly. So unless we say otherwise, but it's mostly weekly, where we just talk about anime, gaming related stuff or whatnot, or anything nerd centric. So we're going to go ahead and jump off with our very first topic, and that is, are perverted characters in anime tropes are not funny?
That's a very open-ended
Then,
question
uh,
because
I mean,
it can go serious.
I mean, for me, it really depends on what's their role in the entire anime. Like, what's their role in the story? What's their role in the plot? Because you do have your perverted characters that are, to me, I would say two of the funniest ones would have to that stand out to me is Jiraiya from Naruto and Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. I would say those two alone stand out as, yeah, they're perverts, of course, but they are also humorous as well. You also, so with, I think with those two, and then of course the role that they play within the universe that they're in the series that they're in, they contribute. It's there. There's more to them than just that, than just being a complete pervert.
Oh, I can agree on that. Those are two of the best choices. But there are certain characters that are extremely perverted and trying to make the whole setting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I would say like a good example is like Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. Then there's various
oh,
perverts. Like, ooh,
uh, I wouldn't
which one?
say. Well, at least in my perspective, the ones that make it uncomfortable is I think it would be more cringe. It's like,
Who?
all right, here comes this guy saying some perverted shit again. Um, it it gets to a point where it gets old and cringe. So in turn, it's not funny. Um, but it also depends on like on the character too. How often do they crack jokes? How the quality of their jokes and what they can contribute to the story and to if they're a supporting character, what can they can contribute to the main character. So I guess it's a hit or miss. That for me that topic's kind of a hit or miss. It depends on the character, um, and depends on like how much they can contribute to the story.
Okay, fair enough. I would
Yeah, I
say
can understand that.
I would say for me, a character that I just find completely cringe, like at all times, is Mineta from My Hero Academia.
Ah,
Took the
yeah.
word right out of my mouth, bro. I was ready to say that.
I was thinking of that one.
I'm just like, if there's a perverted character that is just mad cringy as hell, it's just like, why are you even in this series or whatnot? I know later on in the story he may have, there are some moments, some serious moments involving with Minato and whatnot, but just from the jump, just already getting a complete bad vibe and a very cringy vibe from this character is just like, no. I understand
Agreed.
I understand you're there as like the humor or the the punching joke, but there's nothing funny about Mineta at all. If anything, it's just more cringy and weird.
Yeah, It's yeah, definitely him. I want to say they okay. The character I'm about to mention, is not perverted,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of falls in line with the topic
Yeah.
in terms of also being super fucking cringy, and that's I always forget how to say his name. Zenitsu from Demon Slayer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zenatsu.
Yeah.
That yeah, that motherfucker is that he falls in line with with this topic. He's not perverted, but he is just as cringe as you know the that being the humorous character. Even though like a lot of well, not a lot, but Inosuke is mainly the humorous character in
Yeah.
Demon Slayer, but this other one he does have some funny moments, but it kind of goes over the top and it's like super super cringe. And I think stuff like that in general, whether it's like a perverted character or just like a character who's supposed to bring humor, doesn't matter how the character brings it. If it's done right, fine.
Yeah.
But some characters just they have them go over the top, and
Yeah, I can agree with that.
he's one of them.
I realize we're forgetting Blackfoot Sanji.
Ah.
Out of all the characters, Sanji would be the most ideal one in that blend of humor and perversion.
Mm-hmm. Wait, whose background noise is that with all the stuff going on in the background?
Oh, sorry, I got some background noise going on. That's my fault. My apologies.
Okay, because I was just like,
Yeah, I am so sorry about that.
yeah, you're fine. I just want to make sure that at least the people in the chat know that okay, what's going on.
Yeah,
Like, we're not
I have my mom doing some dishes, so sorry.
we're not pretending to just be like, yeah, we're not gonna pay attention to that. But but
Yeah, sorry, I thought I had audio shit.
nah, you're fine, you're fine. But yeah, Sanji, he's an interesting one. It's I would say the funny for Sanji, there are ways where it's less cringe for Sanji. That's the thing. It's very less cringy for Sanji, but it's just more so just in a humorous way.
Yeah, he does it. I think he's more like a heel or like some specific person that it's going to happen. It's going to be a delicate or it's unusual
Yeah.
or unexpected because he does the nosebleeds. He has his actions.
Oh yeah.
He fights for women as well.
Oh yeah.
Like he'll fight for a woman, even if it's a villain.
Yeah.
Is that the same character? You guys played Jump. Fuck, what's the name of it?
Jump Force?
Jump Force.
Yeah.
Is that the one that anytime he's put up against a woman, he throws hearts?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Wait.
pretty funny.
I have an anime character. I'm not sure it would be classified as a pervert, but sort of one. Brock from Pokemon.
Ha! Oh yeah.
That one is kind of done right. That one is kind of done. That one's kind of done
Does
right.
anybody remember how there used to be songs that Brock used to sing to these bitches?
Yeah, I remember.
God,
My childhood is like ringing right now, but
I'm sorry, I had a nostalgia trip and I just remembered this immediately.
no, he that at least in my opinion, I think that one's kind of done.
Okay, I can agree with that.
At least also for its time. Back then it was more I don't know, acceptable, I guess. Nowadays it's like, oh, you have the corny perverted character, and I'm not gonna get into it, but you know what I'm trying to get.
No, you can't get into it. Get into it. Speak your mind.
No, I mean like so like back then the corny perverted character, it was acceptable, like it was funny, blah blah blah. But nowadays I feel like it's people take it a little too personal, and for example, in the cosplay community, if you try to cosplay a certain character, aka like Mineta or Hisoka, everyone's gonna be like, oh
yeah.
So so you sympathize with this character or some shit like that. So
I mean, not to
Yeah,
cut you,
that's
not to cut you off. I have seen Hisoka cosplayers and a shit ton of Zenitsu cosplayers as well. At least the Hisoka cosplayers, they're not cringy. They're just very normal and chill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
That I can let that pass. Like no problem with that. The Zenitsu cosplayers, it depends because you have some that are just like, this is a cringy character in an anime show. Please do not be as cringy in real life.
Bro, there's a guy who just blew up from that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's like, you know how Deadpool cosplayers were like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the new thing right now. This is the new Deadpool cosplayers.
Yeah. I can definitely see the correlation between the two. Except the Deadpool cosplayers try to be, very few are cringy, but it's just you have to sell the comedic value of being Deadpool. Don't just be cringy and weird as fuck. Just be authentic and try to be hilarious. Like,
yeah.
Especially for videos, it's best to have consent.
Yeah.
Because there's a guy who's like super known as a Deadpool and does his videos on YouTube. Legit ask for consent prior.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I'm thinking more perverted anime characters. It's a tough one. Because Boa Hancock is technically one, I would say, but not too perverted. From One Piece.
No, now with Boa Hancock, I wouldn't say she's perverted. I would say she's more so just in love, or just simping for Luffy. If you get my drip, if you get that,
I got it.
Yeah, like, because it's only she's infatuated with Luffy, but no other dude.
That's true.
So I wouldn't put Boa Hancock in a classification as being a complete perv.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what I think they should do in anime?
What?
Instead of making male characters the perverted ones, they just start making female characters.
There are
maybe I just haven't.
I know one anime. I did not want to bring it up, but fuck it.
I don't watch enough anime to know female characters that are perverted, but I would like to see that.
I feel like it would be more knows peace. I will send you the link. I will give you my Verve account just to show you this 13 episode anime that I'm still waiting for a second season for.
Yeah, you're probably never gonna get it, bro.
Most likely not. It actually finished this year.
I would say possibly Tenchi Muyo is also, female perverted. I could also say that one. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Tenchi Muyo. Yeah, that's an old anime back in the 90s.
I'll have to check it out.
But yeah, I would definitely put that one up there. And other animes that have like perverted characters, I don't know. It's very
vague and niche.
Yeah, vague and niche.
Hard to miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a lot. Like you said, it's vague. There is one anime I can think of that the characters themselves, or one character in it themselves, is not perverted, but just the way it's animated, it can be very perverted. Have you guys seen High School of the Dead?
No, but I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm talking. I don't remember the names because, God, for the life of me I cannot pronounce any of these fucking Japanese names. But the chick with the purple hair, she's like the most badass one. She could she's got the katana or whatever, and one of the dudes is like firing a sniper. She's doing she's doing like somersaults or whatever the fuck, and like the bullet just goes through her straight. And her boobs are some shit like this. I'm like, yo,
the dynamics of the animations.
It's shit like that. It's like its own type of pervertedness that's really fucking funny. but also kind of hot at the same time.
I knew
Like,
where that was
like,
going.
God, and at the same time, he's like freaking like fastening the damn sniper on top of this other girl's boobs, and the more he pulls the trigger, like the more her boobs jiggle, and the more she's getting turned on. So I'm like, what is this? Such a cool anime. I fucking love that shit. I wish it could get a second season, but it's never gonna happen.
I don't think so. Manga is probably your best bet.
No, it's dude, it's.
Oh, it's long
I,
gone.
I saw the first season like years ago.
Okay. I have one question from Dynamic Wacky Ass. Take on Food Wars. I've never seen Food Wars.
Oh my god.
You know what?
I've watched the first season. That's all I can
I've
say.
seen clips. I've seen clips of it. It is so funny.
I
It
sat
really
down and
is.
watched it.
I have to. How many seasons? One season?
I think there's 3 seasons.
3? Fuck.
I only
That-
watched the first one.
That one's really funny. Like you just take a bite. I mean, I can relate to it because damn, some foods are really fucking good. But I
The
mean,
food's so good you start stripping.
you start tripping.
But like their way of perversion is that the food
It's
tastes
funny.
so disgusting or good that they have an analogy, they have a saying, they have like a whole poem for this bitch.
I would say it's pretty unique.
I
like the
cooking
approach.
animes, too.
Yeah, I like the approach.
He also says the show sexualized the feeling of eating good food.
That has to be like a
I mean, yeah, yeah.
consumer file, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know, the love of eating food or some shit.
Food sexual.
I mean that's a very interesting concept to go about with an anime and
You know what? I'm gonna watch the second season now.
It's very interesting and unique.
It really is. It's hard to explain for normal people to talk about.
Yeah. I remember my first reaction to it. I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" But I appreciated it. It was different.
There's 6 seasons of this.
6? Oh
No,
my
I'm
god!
sorry. Yeah, they're on the 5th plate, which is the 5th season technically.
Oh, that's what the seasons are called, plates.
I think so.
Makes sense.
Nice. All right, so before we move on to our next topic, let's close this one out. So, our preferred characters in anime not funny. It's subjective. It's very
it really is.
It's very subjective because it depends on the character themselves and what role do they play in the actual storyline of the anime. As I said earlier, the only two for me that I feel like are perverts, but they still have they're still great characters. Jiraiya from Naruto and Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. And an honorable mention, I would also throw in Sanji as well from One Piece.
You know, I'm just gonna say the same. It is very subjective. It's all opinion, and if you don't like the series because it's perverted, just go on to a next series or skip a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that.
All right, so our next topic, and that is the MCU Phase 5 lineup. I'm going to go ahead and try to pull it up.
Dear God.
I can't see it, but I already saw it yesterday.
Oh, I'm reading it right now on Google, actually.
Crash.
MCU Phase 5 lineup. All right, so let me hold on. Is it shift roll or is it control roll? All right, control roll, and I'm gonna. No, I do not want to give you my email. And show everyone in chat the desktop, and that is. There we go. All right, so you got Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. You have Secret Invasion, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Echo.
The only good movie there.
Echo, Loki season 2, The Marvels, Blade, Ironheart, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, Daredevil, Born Again, Captain America, New World Order, and Thunderbolts. And I do also know that there's like also Avengers movies as well.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be in between all this madness.
There's gonna be 2 Avengers movies coming out in 2025. Same year.
Jesus.
I think one is called Secret Wars, and the other one is I don't fucking know, but I know one of them is called Secret Wars.
Oh no, I do not want to watch a YouTube video. Stop that.
The only movie I'm gonna say I'm excited about for this new phase is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. What
They keep showing me videos.
What I'm very disappointed about is that that's gonna be the last time we see the Guardians.
Yeah.
I agree.
Which is bad move, but all right, I guess go for it, Marvel.
Yeah, they'll sling them around. There'll be a volume 4 about us knowing, or probably when we're a little bit older.
Okay, so
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm on the Polygon website, and I'm gonna go down. I'm just gonna go down the list. All right. So Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. For me, I mean, not a big fan of Ant-Man. I mean, the other 2 movies were okay. I mean, I had no problem. Yeah, they were okay. They weren't bad, and they weren't like, oh my god, super good. Like I have to watch this, but it's all right.
Yeah, it was okay.
Secret Invasion.
Disney Plus.
Don't care. That just be like, don't care. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I do want to see this one, and I think this will be Dave Bautista's last one.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing that.
Oh yeah.
Echo, this is going to be a spin-off series from Hawkeye. Don't care.
No.
Yeah. Probably what, his daughter or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, don't care.
Loki season 2. I mean, I didn't watch season 1 because I don't have Disney Plus and I just don't have the time to sit and binge.
I tried watching season 1. I got bored in the first episode. I just turned it off.
Oof.
The more I realize that there's all these fillers, it feels like an anime that not many people would want to watch.
It's
It's filler.
It's like forced now. They're just like milking everything for what it's
filler.
Yeah, it is like.
All right, the next one, The Marvels. This will be the sequel to Captain Marvel, and you also have. Yeah. Don't even get me started on the Captain Marvel movie. That shit bored the fuck out of me. I was so bored. That movie was boring. I'm sorry. And then I took my brother and his girlfriend, and then I took my girl. We all went to go see Captain Marvel. This was my second time. This is his first time, and we end up my brother ended up falling asleep in the movie. Like the shit was boring. And I was about to fall asleep. I'm like, yo, this movie's boring.
I sat down and watched it twice because I wanted to process what the hell happened with 2 different people.
Yeah, even watching it the second time, I'm just like, yo, this shit's boring as fuck.
I wasn't a fan of her acting. That's the one thing I could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was ass.
Yeah, it definitely was.
At first I liked it, but then I really, really thought about it. I'm like, did I actually like that movie? Or was I just hyped?
The few I'm excited for is I'd say Blade to see how they're gonna do her take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they better not fuck it up.
Hold on, because I still want to talk about Captain Marvel, whatnot. I'm still I'm still slandering this movie. And
still slandering.
Oh yeah.
The reason why this fucking movie did good because it was a tie-in to Avengers Endgame. It was a tie-in.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So if it wasn't for that, that movie would have been dead. It was just a tie-in. It was a tie-in to connect her to Avengers Endgame, and
they had to put a few hundred.
Which was a really, really. It was a shitty attempt to connect her.
Yeah,
like I think Endgame would have done just fine without her.
Yeah, honestly,
because technically it did. She got one shot by Thanos, claiming that she's so fucking powerful, and she got one shot by Thanos, and we never saw her again until fucking Tony's fucking funeral.
Yeah,
like wow,
like
you're so powerful.
Like it's like they placed her in proper roles.
Yeah, like she was there in the beginning, and you didn't see her until towards the end. So it was just like they could have put somebody else, and I was like, that would have been with Guardians of the Galaxy. That would have been a perfect time to introduce Nova Prime. It would have been a good time to introduce Nova Prime because they were literally on the planet where Nova Corps is at. They literally had the opportunity to introduce Nova to the Guardians of the Galaxy because they're literally tied together, and then
but they fumbled it.
And then going further, Thanos ended up destroying the planet Xandar, where the Power Stone was. So that could have been another good opportunity to have Nova Prime there. Goes to Earth, needs help to stop Thanos or whatnot, because, hey, he has the Power Stone. Nope. Give us Carol Danvers. Give us Captain Marvel. Boring. But, yeah, I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in Marvel.
I'm not interested in either.
Blade, I'm interested in seeing.
I've been waiting for Blade for like 2 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope
Ironheart has potential.
Though I'm not interested in seeing it because it's just like you're not gonna do you're not gonna do better than Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Like you're not gonna top that. So if anything, you're just literally in his shadow.
Yeah.
What was I saying? So Ironheart is very unique just because it's a different character that has the role of Iron Man. But there's an AI system with Robert Downey Jr. supposedly. I'm hoping that's the case. If they're gonna have him voice,
I feel like at that point, if you're gonna have Robert Downey Jr. as an AI,
might as well bring him back.
You should have just never killed him.
Yeah.
There's multiple universes, so I'm sure there's a way to pop him back up if he truly.
Okay. After we finish this list, because this is technically called the multiverse saga.
I hate it.
I have some things to say after we go through the list because I got some shit to say about that.
Yeah, same. So do I. All right. So next is all right. Agatha, Coven of Chaos. I don't know.
No idea.
This WandaVision spin-off series will follow Catherine Hahn, Agatha Harkness character. I don't care.
Okay.
Daredevil, Born Again. I'm happy for this because one, Charlie Cox is getting his role back, and Vincent Onofrio is returning as the Kingpin. So I'm happy for that. Because, it was, yeah.
I'm glad.
Yes, because they were originally on Netflix, and then Disney was like, okay, we got the rights, so we're going to need them back. But don't worry, we're going to take care of these guys because they're iconic. So, hey, that I'm happy for. So, I know this will be very interesting. If it comes out in theaters, I'll watch it.
Especially for what they did in No Way Home.
Oh.
God.
Next is Captain America: New World Order. Not interested. Unless they're bringing in back Chris Evans.
I don't think so. That's
if they're not just like.
Here's the thing: they're not, because even he said in an interview like he'll only come back if the script is perfect. But like he said that the odds of him coming back are like very, very little.
And that bites.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, Endgame was. That's where it could have.
Yeah.
I still got my McDonald's hat from like 2021 when it came out. No, 2019.
Okay. Next is Thunderbolts. I don't know what this is. Never heard of it.
No idea.
Thunderbolts. I
Yeah.
am not sure if it's who it's referring to as Thunderbolts because it could be Red Hulk or somebody else.
Yeah. Now there's Phase 6. You have the Fantastic Four, and I'm just like,
I am excited for that, but I'm not gonna
I'm
hold my
not.
breath.
They
I'm
ruined
not
it
gonna hold my breath.
twice. No, 3 times technically.
I mean, the original movies weren't that bad.
The
I mean,
Silver
they
Surfer
were.
kind of was meh.
yeah. But still, even the cast was okay. And then when they
Yes.
rebooted it and they changed the race of Johnny Firestone, which was the dumbest shit ever, like, oh, we're gonna make Johnny Firestone black, and I'm just like,
Why?
yeah, why?
Like, why?
This goes back to talking about live action Netflix or live action anime films.
When you
Yeah.
don't respect the source material.
This goes back
Crazy.
far.
Crazy.
That's
Crazy.
what I'm just like with when I saw, oh, there's gonna be a Fantastic Four. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know because now
It's sunk harder in a movie we shouldn't talk about.
yeah, because I'm just like, yeah, I ain't want to respect the source material back then from the previous one. I'm not going to trust y'all now, especially with the fact that how Marvel just is like, we're just gonna do our own thing, and
Yeah.
if we race swap or gender swap any character or whatnot, it's with our own creative vision. So fuck us, longtime fans
Yeah. Right.
who care about the source material of the characters and just want it to just be 100% accurate. So
It's
fuck
like
us.
the same level as Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah,
It literally has a similar rating, maybe a little bit higher.
yeah. So I'm just like, I don't have no hope for that. Nope.
Neither do I.
Next one, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty.
That one. That's what's called Kang Dynasty.
So Kang the Conqueror is an interesting villain, but
He is.
This
he
will
is.
be
He's
a
gonna be-
part of a first 2-part conclusion to Phase 6, a la Infinity War. I'm just like, I'm like, I don't even know if y'all going to be able to top Infinity War.
No, fuck no,
I
they're
think
not.
I think it's just another filler
Yeah.
It's gonna be another Age of Ultron.
because Kang is
You
only going to be
suck ass.
introduced. It's going to be introduced in Ant-Man and Wasp, the next movie.
Mm.
Wait, who?
Kang will be Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, he's gonna be introducing Ant-Man.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Let's see
then
how it goes.
finally, last one, Avengers: Secret Wars.
That's the one. Yeah. That's the
You
other one.
know, I don't know what that's going to turn out because the Secret Wars is already like pre-planned, scrolls, everything involved with that. That's part of Secret Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
But why is the real question.
Money.
MCU, I feel like
Aren't they making a Disney Plus series of Secret Invasions?
Yes.
So they're gonna tie that into that
Yes.
movie. You see, all right. Here's my problem. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. When I watched that, I was like, okay. Like I was like, I had high expectations because everyone hyped the shit out of this movie. I'm like, cool, and I love Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And the movie wasn't bad, but the movie was nowhere near how good the first one was. Usually, they always fuck up the second one. But I was like, okay, this movie has almost nothing to do with Doctor Strange himself.
Yeah.
It's just they should have just called the movie Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Because it was just about her, and it referenced so many things from WandaVision that I didn't even fucking bother watching. I heard it was good.
It was.
I just wasn't interested in watching it. But that's like a big problem. I think Marvel's gotten a little cocky with their fan base. They think that everyone's gonna just keep up with fucking everything that they spit into Disney Plus, and then still go to the theaters and expect everyone to know what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I agree.
So they need a. I understand that they have the right to do it, but going back to what you said, Silverback, they're basically saying, "Fuck the fans. We're gonna do what we want."
Yeah.
And I think now they're getting a little too cocky with their fan base. They think that they have solidified after Endgame. They think that they can just like do it on us. Like, all right, our fan base is set. We're gonna do this crazy ass phase now, but no one's gonna. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be fans that are gonna keep up with everything,
Yeah.
I
but
think it's just Disney being a monopoly.
no, yeah, but at the end of the day, yeah, there's a lot of Marvel fans. There's an overwhelming amount of Marvel fans, but I feel like the majority, which is crazy to say, but the majority of people who go watch these Marvel films are not die-hard Marvel fans. It's just normal people who enjoy the Marvel movies because they set a 10-year period of great movies, or well, mostly great movies.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so part of the reason why they're so successful is because not just the Marvel fans, but regular normal people just go watch these movies because they like them.
Mm-hmm.
But not all of those people are actually gonna sit down and watch everything that they just milk out of Marvel.
Yeah.
Eventually, little by little, they're gonna start
Losing.
losing fans, and they're not gonna make as much money. They're gonna make a desperate attempt, and eventually, Marvel's just not gonna be. Marvel's not the same as it was.
Yeah.
But eventually, Marvel's just not gonna be a thing anymore.
Uh, and the way how I see a lot of things going on with Marvel is like it's all about the multiverse, multiverse this, multiverse that.
Yeah,
And it's I'm like this shit's getting so played out. And
yeah,
then y'all having a hard time trying to introduce new characters for people to, you know,
care about.
to care about, but it's just like there's nothing interesting about them at all because if anything, some of them like Miles Morales is still under the shadow of Peter Parker because if you really
yeah.
think about it, what villains do you have that are exclusive to you but not to Peter Parker? They're not linked to Peter Parker's villains in any way, kind of form. And you'll come
Not
to
at all.
none.
None, not a single one.
It's like, and Herbs in the chat said it. They don't even know what direction to go, and yeah, because it's
They
just
really don't.
spit
Because
and
what they did it to themselves.
yeah,
They 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 decided to go, all right, let's do the multiverse now.
yeah,
And now that they don't have a direction, they have all these different directions to go. They're trying so hard to just keep it intact and trying to just keep fan base together, but
Because following the
it's
whole
it's it's
timeline is
it's
so
not
complicated.
working.
Literally, Agatha is
Yeah,
from WandaVision. It's from WandaVision. That's what the last villain, or the actual villain behind the whole thing. No one's gonna remember if they haven't seen WandaVision. Realizing that's after Endgame and that's before Doctor Strange.
yeah.
No one's gonna register that one bit.
Nope.
Because I just remembered. All of a sudden, just realizing all over the place just reminded me.
It just like it sucks to see, but at the same time, like I hope that they do learn from this and they relax with it.
They probably won't.
They won't, because it's Disney and they're a monopoly and they're money hungry and they're gonna milk Marvel for everything it's got
yeah,
until they can't milk it anymore.
yeah. And Herbs is saying even more. Doesn't matter because no competition because most new movies are trash. Look how much live action movies they did with Disney. Just a cash grab. Everything is just reboots. Yeah, it's like
And
it's there's no more originality because it's just
no, yeah,
There's none.
reboots after reboots after reboots.
They're scared.
My
They're scared to try new characters, or Marvel has a lot of characters that they could, use and expand on, but they just don't want to because they're afraid that people may not accept them and whatnot. So they're relying on already established characters and then just using that as a mantle and then just put someone new as, okay, hey, this is the new Thor. This is the new Iron Man. This is the new Captain America. You're gonna like these
yeah.
characters, and it's just like, no, we
No,
like
not.
we like original characters for who they are. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just realized something.
what?
You know how many fucking times we've seen
Hold on.
Wong in every
keep
bit
talking.
of the movie?
Oh, Wong, yeah.
Yeah, he is literally the heel of like certain parts. Like he disappeared after Infinity War. He ran a fight club for Shang-Chi. He was involved in so many things. Like he's been in every little like
Yeah, why
camera.
doesn't he get his own fucking movie?
That's what I've been wondering. Like Wong has done everything from gambling to like fighting and being Doctor Strange's assistant. Oh, Ultimate. I forgot about that universe.
No,
Where Miles Morales is.
what I have is literally an encyclopedia of
Oh,
all
shit.
Marvel characters, and I can open this book and start, talking about and mentioning other characters that people may not know of that Marvel could use, that they could introduce, and they just don't want to. So they're just going to stick with characters that people already know, and I'm just like, y'all.
That's like a comfort. That's a boundary, a comfort like zone that can't be
Yeah.
broken just yet.
Like, look at X-Men, for example. Like, nobody knows how to do it perfectly yet. Though there were some good or at least decent X-Men movies, it's just that they just suck at it. Like,
I'm surprised
completely.
Disney hasn't even like bought that shit yet.
Oh no,
It's terrifying.
they will find a way to bring X-Men in, and I'm just like,
And I know
Just-
damn well they're gonna fuck it up.
yep.
They're
The
gonna
only thing
fuck
they
it up.
can't touch, which I know, is Deadpool. I know they can't touch Deadpool one bit because it'll be screwed.
They can't touch Deadpool. They and you know they're definitely gonna try. If they do somehow bring back X-Men, they're definitely gonna try recasting Wolverine, and
Yeah.
that's
No.
already gonna be like, yeah, no, don't even bother. Don't even bother, because
Yeah, Phase
The
5
only way-
feels like just
the
a waste.
only way I see like someone like Wolverine being recasted is if the three of us, are like around 50 years old, 60 years old,
Most likely.
Yeah.
when everyone just forgets about Marvel, and then they just like completely start anew, which I'll be fine with, because by that time it's like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna die soon, so whatever. But as of right now, no. But they'll definitely try it, and they'll fucking butcher it like crazy.
Yeah, my personal take is Disney/Marvel should slow down with their shit.
They're
Like,
not.
at least have a couple months or at least a year to marinate, to enjoy.
What I think they should do is the same thing that Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed. You know how they were like shitting out games every single year,
Yep.
Yeah,
and then they took like a year or 2 year break, and then they came out with Origins, and it was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Disney should do that, but are they? Nah. But if
Probably
they
not.
really want, if they really want to make hella bank, like they're so obsessed with doing, they would actually take the time, write a perfect script, pick a character, wherever the fuck it is, and just make a crazy ass movie, and they'll make all their money back, like fast.
I can agree.
But
So time is
We'll
definitely
see.
important. Instead of a
Oh.
time crunch.
I don't know if you mentioned this. I don't know. We haven't talked about it, but Black Panther: Wakanda Forever should be somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's coming out this year.
Yeah. I gotta say, really wish they didn't. It wasn't coming out, just because I don't know who the fuck is gonna play Black Panther.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm like, because a lot of people they did not want to recast the character because of Chadwick Boseman, because that was the character that he was going to play, but unfortunately he's no longer here with us in the world of the living. So for me, it's like y'all should recast someone. Y'all
That
should,
or give it a shirt.
which I think is
Yeah.
which I think is gonna go to Shuri. So I'm interested
Because
to
that's been
see.
in comics.
Yeah, because I want to see how they're going to, you know, tell this off. Like, how y'all gonna play this out? So I'm interested in
Yeah.
seeing how that's gonna play out. Like, how y'all gonna mention him or whatnot, or what is it gonna be? Like, I want to
Yeah.
know. So I'm interested in seeing
And
that.
also, Namor's appearance.
Yes,
That's like one of
Namor.
the first like heroes that popped up for Marvel. One of them.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
And casted as Latino is even cooler.
All right, so with that topic, we can go ahead and move on to our next topic, which is a main topic of tonight's discussion, and that is, should 18 plus events be removed from conventions? For me, I'm going to say yes. So that way,
Yeah.
reason why is because people already have a problem with people not respecting boundaries, people being inappropriate, sexual harassment, accusations, things like that. And to me, I feel like these 18 plus events kind of gives not a lot of influence, but very, very small, very, very small, to the point where it's able to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, I feel like if you have a convention and it's open to everybody of all ages, I would not even have a plus 18 event unless you make your convention plus 18.
Agreed.
At first, my corny ass was gonna say no, keep him, but um, when you put it that way,
Mm-hmm.
I agree, because that's already a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
If you're indulged in the cosplay community, you know a thing or two of things that have happened already
Yeah.
at cons,
Yeah.
Yep.
and people don't. There are people that just don't respect boundaries,
No.
and I think, especially like when families go to conventions too,
Yep.
and when they're like, if it's like their first convention, and then they walk by an 18 plus panel, and then like most of these panels, their doors are wide fucking open,
Yeah.
For some reason.
and you could peek right through it, like who's to say that they're walking by with their kid, and then their kid doesn't see or sees fucking some crazy ass shit. That's not okay.
Yeah.
Sure, 18 plus panels sound fun. Make the con 18 plus.
Yeah.
Do
Like-
it, but they're not gonna do that because they want more money, of course.
Exactly.
Blah, but and just don't have the 18 plus panels. Plus, it gets rid of the that type of vibe in the con itself, where you don't see anything 18 plus. Well, you're not really gonna be influenced to act like a fucking retard.
Exactly.
Like you just don't have that influence, and on top of that, like, there's a bunch of weirdos that go to fucking conventions, and most of them, they love to go to the 18 plus panels,
Yep.
Yeah.
and majority of the reason is because they're sad and lonely, or horny as fuck, and they just can't control themselves, and that's why you get sometimes girls being groped at 18 plus panels, or just anywhere at the con in general. I think if we just get rid of 18 plus panels, starts to alleviate that type of behavior. Not entirely, because of
No.
course there's still gonna be that behavior.
Yeah.
But I just feel like having less of it would set an influence not to act a certain way.
Yeah. Because there are people that do go to conventions and they sure as hell do not pay attention to the, having cosplay convention etiquette. Like you already
Yeah.
know, cosplay is not consent. You don't just randomly touch people or whatnot, or randomly just take photographs of people without their consent, unless you're a professional photographer. But even professional photographers that are going around, taking photos of the event, especially if they're hired by the convention, they'll always ask for like a photo, or they'll just take like a random photo where they're not, targeting a specific person or whatnot. So you have those people who just don't pay no damn attention to the rules because they just don't.
No.
They're not a part of the community. They're not a part of any of it. They're just there just to have fun and just shoot the shit with people and whatnot. And if they bring their buddies, they're just there to have fun, and they don't pay attention to the rules or how it works in the community. So you're gonna have people like that where they're going to overstep their boundaries, and this is something that I tell cosplayers all the time, especially when an incident happens, or if they're in a situation where they feel uncomfortable, call them the fuck out right there on the spot. Do not wait to fucking post about it on social media.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not gonna do anything.
It doesn't do anything.
It's better take action now.
Like, take action now. Like, make them, if they made you feel uncomfortable, make them feel
Do it
uncomfortable. Yeah, do it back. Make them feel uncomfortable. Like, scream, yell, shout, so that way people can see what the hell's going on. And then guess what? One, the problem gets handled quickly and effectively. And two, anybody nearby trying to do some shit will have to think twice, because it's like, yo, I ain't gonna try to mess with nobody like that. I'll just because they do not want that kind of heat on them, because they just saw someone else, get burned extremely bad by that in public. So
Exactly.
people, ladies, guys, if someone's making you feel uncomfortable, everybody. If someone is making you feel uncomfortable at a convention, do not wait to post that shit on social media to talk about it. Say something right there and then on the spot. If you have to scream, yell, or shout to get people's attention to see what's going on with you, do so, because I promise you, it will put them in check and everybody around in check as well. And you already know how word and rumors spread quick like wildfire in the community. So people will start approaching with caution and with respect and manners.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd say get con staff as well in case there's nobody around, or make sure you're people in general for safety.
Yeah. And something that I do see a lot of people do, or not a lot of people, but a few people do, go in a group. Like wherever y'all go, y'all stay in the group, so that way everyone's watching each other's back. Because as fun as a convention is, there are some people that will try to take advantage of you. There are some people that are gonna, be a little bit rude and disrespectful to you, or not, or be creepy. Usually when you're there with people that can watch your back, that's good. So that way people don't, approach you or come at you in any, wrong or any kind of funny way.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's good to have a group of friends or a group of people you can trust, especially in those situations.
Now, if you're confident that you can just walk solo and not have to worry about that shit, then hey, you do what you gotta
Power
do.
to you.
Yeah, more power to you. Like me, I walk solo, so I'm good. Because
I do both.
like nobody's not gonna mess with me, so it's just like,
yeah, same. I could do both.
Yeah, so
but then again,
just to have fun.
Yeah, but with the
but then again, sorry to cut you off, but
yeah.
what I wanted to say, we can walk solo whenever we can. Girls, on the other hand, obvious reasons, like creeps will spot a cosplayer, female cosplayer alone out from a mile away, and they will they will target that. If they're that type of person, they will. That's why, yeah, always best to be in a group. Well, even if it's just like a girl with another girl, that's more than enough
Yeah.
to set someone off,
That's true.
because you know it it just I mean I wish none of it happened, like, at all, because quite frankly I am tired of hearing like how often it does happen.
Yeah.
Um so people should really just, it'll sound harsh to them, not to us, but it'll sound harsh to them. People just really need to nut up and say something on the spot, like you said.
Right.
And people say, "Oh, but I don't like confrontation." But dude, you're being disrespected.
Yeah.
Like that's like that's like if someone just walked up to you, slapped you in the face, and you just didn't say anything. Like it's quite literally the same thing. They could say something and make you feel uncomfortable, or they could touch you, or whatever. And to not say anything is it's wrong, and it feels like shit. And then they start feeling like shit, and then they wish they could have done something about it. Blah blah blah. It's at those moments. Usually, I'm the type of person that to say think before you act.
Mm-hmm.
But in those type of moments, just act right away. If it does not feel right, do something, say something. You know, and I feel like it'll make the con scene better in general and more comfortable for more people to do it. So, you know,
Well
I
said.
feel like that.
Yeah. Well
I feel like
said.
there's a benefit to that. So, if the more people do it, the more comfortable others will become to say something or do something.
Yeah, my best little advice would be just if you're drinking, make sure you are with somebody 100% of the way.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Make sure you hold your own
that's a
drink.
big one.
Yeah. Make sure you.
Because
Yeah.
conventions do ask for your ID for some occasions. I know some do for certain 18 or 21 plus events that do serve alcohol.
Yeah,
I do respect those kind of events that would be able to provide license and ID
yeah.
just to provide that extra layer. But still, I would disapprove 18 plus events at a family convention.
Yeah. It's not warranted. It's not needed and whatnot. And all it
It's
is.
more liable.
Yeah. Yeah. You're bound to have more problems, especially if you do not have enough staff to secure, to make sure the event is secure, and whatever 18 plus event is going on, that you have enough eyes on people, so that way you don't have people acting out of character or acting inappropriately. You can just check them right then and on the spot, and then just completely ban them.
Hmm.
Also, there's like conventions that are hotel rooms that would probably worry me the most. Like family friendly conventions that have 18 plus events at certain areas of hotels,
Mm.
rooms. Like, I feel like that's a huge red flag for certain areas. Like
Yeah.
those twerk competitions or God knows what are in Facebook group chats.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
will
convention like
say
that.
I will say there is one event that I'm familiar with, that I've gone to, at Holiday Matsuri. There is, it's not even an 18 plus, it's a 21 plus. That one specifically, they do it right though, because you are ID'd before you walk
Good,
in, and the doors are closed.
Good.
good.
That, like, if they are gonna have stuff like that, at least like, keep the doors closed. Have
Agreed.
someone in front that will ID you and allow you to go in if you're of age. If they are gonna keep having events like that, because again, you don't want kids seeing that shit.
Yeah.
And it's not just like little kids; it's a fuck ton of cosplayers that go to cons are 17 and under.
Adolescents, teens, preteens,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, those little fuckers, we all know that they act a certain way, and it's fucking and it's gross and uncomfortable. But those are the last fuckers that should be seeing that shit, because the more they see
Okay.
it, the more they're gonna feel inclined to fucking act like that. And then, you know, let's be real. Some of them look older than what they are, and then next thing you know, some fucking guy is thinking, oh, she's probably 18 or 19 or 20, and then fucking shit happens, and then the worst of the worst that you can imagine is like you don't want that kind of shit getting into those fucking kids' heads, man. They already act a certain way. It's best to stay the fuck away from them. But it's just it's like a huge recipe for disaster. Like they should not be so easily influenced, and it's just disgusting, dude. Fuck.
Agreed. Agreed. So, any closing thoughts before we move on to our last topic?
Closed doors, all times, for these kind of events. And ID.
Always ask for ID. Always ask for ID. Even if
And
you're
always get a
not like,
friend.
even if you're not staff, like if you're drinking with somebody, or if you plan on buying someone a drink, be like, let me see your ID. Like, yeah, that's gonna sound weird, but dude, fuck it, man.
Honestly, that's the
You
most
rather be
professional
safe
way.
than be, yeah, you'd rather be safe than than catch a fucking case.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
So,
Underage drinking is illegal in the state, in all states actually.
yeah, so always ask for ID, even if you're not staff, even if you just met somebody. Hey, how old are you? Let me see your ID. Fuck it. It's
Yeah.
got to be normalized. It's got to be
Safety is
normalized.
high priority.
Exactly. Yeah, those are my
Definitely.
closing thoughts for that.
Yeah, I agree heavily.
Yeah. So, that being said, we're going to move on to our final topic of tonight, and that is catching up to One Punch Man manga.
Ooh.
Wow, this is the first manga topic we can all talk about, and we
Yes.
followed up on.
Yes.
Mostly
Dude.
because you got us into it like less than 2-3 weeks ago.
I told you, you just read the manga, you'll binge through it really quick, and you'll get caught up like really, really quick to the point where it's just like, okay, I'm caught up.
Yeah. I was on chapter 80, and now I'm like 160, 7.5 is what's currently on? Or
Yeah,
166?
because it's getting really, really good. The fights are getting really, really good, and you're just wanting to see what is gonna happen next, and how crazy can everything get, and of course, when does Saitama join the main fight? Which, listen, if you follow me on Instagram, I've been posting some manga shots of Saitama's fights or whatnot, and shit gets crazy, like stupid crazy.
Like, I just followed up with Cosmic Garu yesterday, and that's where I freaked out because I wanted to watch it through.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic Garo, dude. That just, I mean, can we talk about spoilers? Like,
Yeah.
just the fact that he alone took out everyone with just radiation.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I honestly have no words. I thought I would have words for this topic, but I don't. Like when I
got an idea.
when I was caught up with it, because I already read the last chapter, dude. All I can think about is I can't wait for this to be animated.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because this is really gonna blow a lot of animes out of the water.
Oh yeah.
With how busted Saitama is, and eventually becomes, it's.
And the psychology of Garu is very unique. That man is
You want to
interesting.
know something? You want to know something? It it's gonna sound really cringe, but Garo is probably the one anime character I relate to the most out of any anime character I've ever seen.
Bad guy that does good things but don't want to be a bad guy.
Yeah, like
Wow, I just put the nail in the coffin.
yeah, it's because like I get it. He he was bullied and he just wanted to be fucking
He had some sympathy.
powerful and just
He had some
like
sympathy with the monsters, and then wondered why people, praise the heroes so much. So he started, feeling something for the monsters and whatnot. And then as he grew, he, did not like the heroes. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna be the hero hunter, which he
yeah,
became. It started
Then
beating
the
up the heroes.
his identification of a monster is what just showed him off.
Yeah,
And with the Monster Association attracting him,
yeah,
he didn't even eat the monster heart, which is a weird thing to think about.
yeah,
He grew into it by using like his sheer willpower, a suit that was provided by Garu Garu, which is like the telekinesis character you'll see. And then every time he got started bleeding out, getting damaged, like you see him become more of a monster, hating everybody and everything. It
which
was deep,
was yeah, it was deep
especially with
and
the little boy. I'm so sorry.
oh yeah, no, yeah, that little boy definitely struck a nerve multiple times on him, especially in the very end,
Yes.
which was it didn't surprise me, um, but it was still very interesting to see, especially especially with how everything went, all in general. I mean, I will say I was kind of I was kind of pissed at how it ended because I'm like, really, fucking really, like time
You,
travel.
you
yeah,
He
know,
he fuses, he fuses back to himself and he can't fucking remember what happened now. Like
you know,
fuck.
I have an idea for this. Like
He,
the whole backstory behind this was deep. If you think about it, Garu did not want to go be with God himself, and he didn't want to kill anybody. He just wants to show his evil, defeat it, so the absolute
he
evil by showing fear.
yeah, he did, and he did achieve that.
Oh yeah, and
Definitely
then he
achieved that.
realizes it's not what he wanted.
Is yeah, which is why like he's such an interesting character. But like it just going back to to what I was saying, like him fusing Saitama fusing with himself. It just goes back to everything. Just goes back to normal now. Like no one. Well, people did see him punch Garo,
hmm
so technically things are not back to normal because now they see, oh shit, Saitama's actually strong as fuck. Um, but they didn't see everything else that happened.
But like
And
Saitama has the core of Genos that originally died.
yeah.
exactly. So it's like it's a bit of a mind fuck, but again, like because whenever anything like whenever time travel is introduced to anything, I'm just like, oh fuck, okay, great. Now they're gonna like go back in time or do some bullshit, which they did. It
You
was
know,
really cool and broken as fuck, but I want to say that's probably one thing that I was like, oh my god, really? But at least the way they executed it, it made sense. It was cool as fuck, really broken. Fucking 10 out of 10. I can't wait for this to be animated.
Same, man.
oh, there's so much detail. There's so many little things, especially with the side characters. So
Oh
many
yeah.
side character fights. Zombie Man is one of my favorites. That man died 200 times just to defeat a vampire once.
Yes.
I'm like, this man literally died so many times. He's just like, fuck this. I'm determined.
No, Can we talk about the serious table flip?
Yes. He literally just grabs a chunk of the planet and just goes.
Bro, it's just like I love the names of these moves.
Because
Serious knees,
serious
Yes,
sidestepping.
completely destroying Jupiter.
Yeah.
I
Bro,
know.
I'm sorry, but like there's no way. I don't want to be that guy to bring it up, but there's no way. Like I don't want to hear any other type of comparison of any other anime character to fucking Saitama. This dude is fucking stupid broken,
He
like in the most
sneezed and
hilarious
blew up
way.
the planet. He almost
Like
kills freaking Garu with a sneeze.
and the fart. Oh my god, in
Oh yeah.
space, in space of all
He's like, oh
fucking
yeah,
things.
I farted just to get propulsion. I'm like, I saw that and
He,
I was done.
he fucking
Yes.
made it to Earth. He made it to Earth with one fart, and he's like, I'm like, yo, bro, this is.
But it still proved he beat him with one hand still.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, he was not. He was not going all out. He was
If he
not going
used
all
two
out.
hands, it would have been serious.
I think if he did use two hands and actually went all out, because I know he wasn't. I
The
feel like
universe wouldn't be able to handle it.
no, of course no. The whole galaxy would have been wiped out.
Oh my god, there's so much to talk about with Saitama. It's very unique because the fact that this was a parody and it turned into a more serious anime,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But it's still a parody.
it
Yes.
still
That's the
is.
thing. It's getting serious, but it's still a parody. It's fucking
Overall,
so cool.
he's fighting against God. Like they just flat out just said God is the villain here.
Oh yeah, no, I can't wait to see that because think about it. Even God said that he only got like what like fraction of God's power.
Yeah, Garu just
Garo,
like slapped his hand.
he
It's like,
just
oh,
slapped his. He didn't take everything. He just got a fraction of it, and like that's why. Oh, and on top of that, the fact that Saitama was getting even more powerful throughout the whole fight, which is
yes.
like
They
how?
explained that too.
Yeah, I'm like
Because he's
how the
showing a
fuck?
sense of emotion.
And that's why I can't wait to see him fight God because dude, he's that's gonna be like galaxy level type of fight
I
or
agree.
universal maybe because like that's gonna be retarded
I
because
don't
because
know
if
how they're
he
gonna write it up.
me either because if he was showing that much emotion with Garo and getting that powerful and he eventually his new powerful version fused with his like past version that was already fucking broken and he's even more like powerful now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even keep it simple.
I don't know how they're gonna.
I think that's the same Saitama that punched. Well, even though he doesn't have recollection, I think like physically he's gonna feel it
No, yeah, like his power is like magnified now,
because
which
the punch he did was all the way back from Jupiter.
yeah,
Process that
that
for a second.
yeah, at the speed of light too. No,
That's,
faster.
yes,
We're going
a
faster than
single
light.
punch going back in time to knock out Garu before he turns into full radiation.
That yeah, that. I mean, it again, it was cool. The time travel thing, I was like, fuck. Just because I wanted, like, I would at least wanted Saitama to remember the fight.
Maybe
Yeah.
he'll kick it. God's just like, you remember when you did this,
But
child?
who knows? Who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
he might have like dreams. He'll probably have dreams of the fight,
Could
and
be.
then like you know he'll say, oh, like I'm kind of having dreams. They feel real. I feel like they happened. This and that. You know, like stuff like that. They do that in a lot of stories, but who knows? Maybe they'll do that. I haven't read the what's it called the web comic, so I don't I don't know anything further past this point.
I think we're at the current point right now. This is the most current that we are at.
Is it? Because I heard that I know that after this in the webcomic, is like a new hero association. There's like a new hero association. I don't
Yeah.
know, but
Well,
I can't wait to see how everything
Oh, me
like
too.
unfolds after.
definitely.
But for now, wait until season 3, and even then, we're probably not gonna see the Garo fight until like season 4, maybe
Or 5.
You know, I say
or
I
5.
say it's going to be a straight season 3. I feel
Think
like
so?
I have that feeling because they're going to fast forward everything.
Well, they're
Nah. If they do it animated, they can't fast forward everything because there's a lot of important fights.
No, like I mean, like certain fights will be probably sped up a little bit with explanation. An example is like flashy flashes fights.
Like
It'll be
yeah,
sweet mask.
like minor
The minor
fights, yeah, minor fights, yeah, but the
Yeah.
major ones, no.
yeah,
Because
no.
compared to all the way to before that infiltration of monster base, Saitama was barely there from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. They're going to speed up.
Nah,
It's going to be
but
interesting to see the sword masters too.
oh yeah.
That's Sunblade.
I could see, at least the first half of the Garo fight when it's still on Earth, maybe in season 3, and season 4 would be like just a whole straight season of them fighting in space. I would not complain.
Nah.
I say that.
I don't think we'll get that Garo fight with Saitama in 3. I definitely don't think in 4 because remember, there's a lot of big fights that happen. So
True,
it's good.
Unless they make a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
Unless they give us a lot of episodes in season 3, but they probably won't.
Yeah. They'll keep it to like 12 to 13, and then you'll have your important ones because there was Saitama fighting that big monster Orochi, and then
yeah.
of course you also have Saitama ended up fighting Orochi, and then you also have Tatsumaki's fight. That is gonna be a big one. Then Garo stepping in and of course fighting off the big monsters, the fighting off the ocean, and then fighting off another monster. I forgot which one.
The Save Centipede.
Yeah, that one too.
With
So you,
Metal Bat.
yeah, you have that fight.
That was funny as hell.
Wait, Saint Centipede's already.
Yeah, he got chopped in half. We're talking about that fight if it's animated.
Like fights that would get animated. Then of course, Blast being introduced.
Oh, the Elder Centipede is what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another centipede.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like there's a lot of important fights, and then of course some of the fights that some of the other heroes get involved as well. So as I said, there's gonna be a lot of fights up until it gets to that point where Garo and Saitama finally fight, and then of course by the time they finally fight, there's gonna be the one where they're on Earth before Garo becomes Cosmic Garo. So
that one.
We're not gonna get Cosmic Garo animated for a while.
A long time.
Yeah,
maybe season 5 or 6.
I say 5.
Hello, Coco Goat. Hello, Coco Goat _cause. How are you this evening?
There's so much to talk about.
Yeah,
but yeah, with One Punch Man.
Also, what the fuck is Sweet Mask? Sweet Mask. He's a guy who hates ugliness.
Yeah.
I think he's a monster, flat out.
Wait, is that the one with the blue hair?
Who's super strong, who got beaten the shit out by someone really ugly and couldn't stop looking at him, and then he got ripped up by him?
No, I'm thinking of someone else. At the end of season 1, remember that dude with the pretty boy?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's him.
That's Sweet Mask.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
He's a weird character, and I want to know more about him.
I want to know more about. Yeah, I do. I have a feeling he has ulterior motives. I really want to find out what they are. I have a feeling he might be linked to. I mean, not even have a feeling.
He could be the mole.
I feel like he's directly linked to that cyborg that fucking Genos is hunting.
Yeah, it could
Oh
be.
yeah,
Yeah.
He
there's
has
so
to
many
be because like
possibilities.
he went to him, told him about it, told him to stay away from who was it, Metal Knight. Um, so I have a feeling that he's directly linked.
Definitely. Well, if there's nothing else, then we can go ahead and wrap this up and put a bow on it and call it a night.
With
Yeah.
one punch.
With the punch.
Oh my god.
I agree
You
with
know
that.
what? One thing I will say, I wish that they could just keep the season one opening of One Punch Man throughout the entirety of its anime because yeah,
Yes,
that song is way too epic and way too direct
it's a
to
banger.
Yeah.
just not keep it.
Yeah.
Season two opening was okay. It was whatever.
Yeah, because they were
But
under a new studio because
The
Madhouse.
company who's working on Mob Psycho.
Yeah, because Madhouse didn't want to do One Punch Man anymore, and I'm just like,
I don't know why.
why? Because you literally had the advantage, but I guess because they kind of, I don't know, probably force off that, yo, there's gonna be a lot of epic fights that we're gonna have to fucking animate, and it's like, we may not have the budget or the manpower to do it or whatnot, but I'm like, yo, us anime
Mob Psycho
fans,
season 3 comes out in like a few months.
I'm like, yo, us anime fans, listen, if you need the money to, make this shit happen, the fans will give you the money.
Oh yeah.
Fuck
Oh
you,
yeah.
might as well donate to an animation studio.
Yo,
Yeah.
just say the word and it's like, yo, how much you need? All right, bet. The anime fandom will come through 100%.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so I have a gut feeling that One Punch Man might come out either next year or within 2 years. Because Mob Psycho season 3 is getting animated.
Mm.
I'm not sure if it's going to be under the same animation studio, but it might be around that range.
I just hope it's soon, but
Yes.
we'll see.
We all do.
Yeah. Hoping it's next year. Because it's been a while since season 2 came out already.
Yeah.
It's been a good while.
Oh yeah. So.
But yeah, they should hurry the fuck up already.
Definitely. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that concludes episode 10 of the Otakus of South Florida. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in.
Thank you.
Interesting, discussion that we had, of course, about One Punch Man, 18 plus at conventions. Should they be there? I mean, they shouldn't be there. And the MCU, Phase 5 and 6, and then, of course, perverted characters. Those were the talks that we had. So join us next week for more topics as we'll discuss whatever's trending in gaming and anime and weeb culture, news in our society. So definitely tune in for next week, Wednesday. It should be around 8:45, 9 to 9:30. Like, expect us to be live. Don't worry. I will make sure that it is posted on social media at least hours before, so that way you don't miss out on the conversation. AJ Waluigi, anything you guys got to say before we close it on out?
Not much, honestly. It was a fun episode, fun topics. I always love the fun topics. So especially this one. I want to say this one was probably the most fun. Even though I've only done this like what, two times, 3 times.
Yeah, this is your
I lost
second.
count, but yeah, second time. But this one was really, really fun. So yeah,
Okay.
keep tuning in, people.
Hells yeah.
Waluigi?
I could say the same thing. Great episode as always. Can't wait for next week. We'll definitely keep y'all posted.
Yes. Alrighty, y'all. That concludes episode 10 of the Otakus of South Florida. We are signing out.
Peace.